Good morning, everyone. It's Lee Jennings and Rick Jansen. I am a real estate agent in Seattle, Washington, and Rick is out today with a family thing, so just kind of filling in here and excited to talk to you all about all things real estate. I am going to kind of get today into a little bit more on the granular level of what I'm doing in my prospecting calls. I'm talking to a lot of newer agents about this and just agents in general about what they're doing to maximize their prospecting time, and want to do a little bit of a deeper dive into that this morning. So excited that you can make it. I have a thing called the Daily 30 that I do, and I will show you this really quick. It's just easier to, I think, view it visually, but this is my focus every day right here. So I am prospecting all of these niches for sell by owners, for rent by owners, expired listings, canceled, withdrawn listings, my niche, which is multi-unit properties, referral partners, which can be like probate attorneys, insurance agents, other types of attorneys, other professionals, and then my sphere, past clients, and my database, which is small, but it's growing, and my past client list is also growing as well. So this is kind of my my guiding North Star as far as prospecting goes. I want to hit 30 contacts per day in all of those categories. And so typically what I do in the morning is I prep. This is kind of my typical prep time, but I am prepping this morning all of my call lists, and these are coming from different data providers, and I get asked all the time on these. So I'm going to go through this really quick, but there's lots of different data providers you can use. I use a data provider called My Plus Leads, and I also use a data provider called LandVoice. And there's also lots of others out there. There's Vulcan 7, there's Espresso Agent, there's the RedX. It's really, I get asked all the time what the best one is. And, you really don't want to worry so much about where you're getting your data from. The most important thing is you're doing the daily activities. So I, get my data from these sources. I do use a dialer. I think it's worth the investment. I know sometimes when you're brand new in real estate, you're wanting to obviously save every penny you can on your outbound marketing efforts, but I think it's worth using. So I call for sell by owners, and typically expired listings first, new expireds first. And I just, really try to dig into what their motivation is for selling. On an expired listing, I really am just trying to dig into what happened on the last round. So they obviously had the property listed before, and for whatever reason that just didn't work out. Sometimes I can research on the MLS and see how the property was listed and get an idea of possibly why it didn't move. But I really want to hear from the seller, from the property owner, what their take is on why the property didn't sell and perhaps what could be done differently in the future. Obviously, the goal of any contact like that or any live call is to set an appointment. And then, I also want to see if I can get into a little bit of their motivation and why the property, possibly didn't sell before. And so if I can get them talking and, hopefully connect with them a little bit and get an idea of what their goals are, then, that's a huge piece of it. So, what I do, I typically do a lot of reverse selling. So I will contact them, and I will, all of these lead types, or for rent by owners, for sell by owner, well, not FRBOs, but for sell by owner properties, expireds, all of these, lead types, they are having a lot of real estate agents calling them, and they are oftentimes very averse to listing the property with an agent. So I make it, clear up front that I'm not looking to necessarily list the property right now. I'm more interested in finding out more about the property itself, what it has to offer, all of those kinds of things. And then coming from a place of service is huge. They often say, serve, don't sell. And if I can help them, market the property on their own, possibly obtain a buyer on their own, then I will do that. So what I'm trying to do is build rapport and then possibly set a preview appointment where I can meet them at the property, walk through the property, and get an idea of what they're trying to do and see if I can help them accomplish that. So that, that's really the only goal. And I think if you go into it with that mindset, it takes away a lot of the anxiety. A lot of people are so worried about what the prospect's going to say, or rejection and all that sort of thing. And I think if you approach it from this approach, it really just takes away, it makes people less defensive. If you make it clear up front that you're not trying to take something right away, you have to remember that every other agent in the marketplace is literally going in trying to take that listing on the first call, or certainly the first meeting. And it's just overwhelming for people, and most sellers are not going to respond well to that. So I go in with kind of a different approach, and I found that to be successful. I follow my plan. So I will do 2 90-minute call blocks. Typically my first call block is expired, new expireds, new for sell by owner properties. Once I work through those, then I'm going to move into for rent by owners, absentee owners, which in my world are basically the same. For rent by owners are essentially a lead type where it is property owners that are looking to rent an individual unit in a building that they own, or a single family home, townhome, condo. And I'm just contacting them to see if it's something that they would possibly consider selling, given the way the market is, which a lot of them, it's on their mind because they've seen how hot the market is right now. So I essentially just call them up and see if it's something that they would even consider for the right price. So that's that. And then I just work down my list. So I'm going to contact owners of multi-unit properties. I'm going to contact referral partners. So that's probate attorneys, insurance folks, anybody who's a professional in my market, who I could maybe talk to and sit down with at some point and establish a relationship with, hopefully a referral relationship. So those are key. And then really probably the best calls of the day are folks who I've already worked with, people in my database, because I do have a client list now. This is something that a lot of agents just do not do. They for some reason do not want to contact the people who they work with before. And I feel like they're really missing out, because those people know, like, and trust you. They want to refer you. They like to hear from you. Oftentimes you had a part to play in the biggest transaction of their lives. So that's something that you really want to be doing on a daily, consistent basis. And if you do it, it will really produce, because they remember you, they already know you, and they oftentimes know people who might, need your services. So, that's kind of an overview. So I will do for sell by owners, expireds first, and then I will do for rent by owners, absentee owners, which I have a list of absentee owners in Seattle that's gigantic. You can get a list from the share group, reach out to them online, or I can get you their contact info. Or you can buy that data from the RedX. They have a thing called GeoLeads, where you can search, geographically. You can circle prospect your neighborhood or any other neighborhood based on the geographic location. Another company that offers that data is Cole Realty or Cole Information. Cole has a lot of phenomenal resources on YouTube about how to use their product. So if you buy Cole, it can be very, very disorienting, because it's just like this geographical tool that allows you to essentially pull lists for circle prospecting, which is great. But when you pull a list, I would say a good number of them will have the prospect's cell phone number, which is awesome. But it can be a little abstract if you never used it before, once you pull a list as far as what to do with that data. So go on YouTube. There's a lot of awesome resources on there. The folks from Cole have put a lot of great content onto YouTube as far as how to use their data effectively in the marketplace, which is key. If you're going to spend the money on these providers, you want to know how to use them. And that's something that, certainly took me some time to learn. And so just trying to kind of eliminate the guesswork for people. So that's a great resource for circle prospecting. And then as far as referral partners go, don't overthink it. I mean, go into your marketplace, find out who some professionals are who are offering the services that may need a person to refer, as in like a homeowner's insurance agent's kind of an obvious one, or a probate attorney, or another type of attorney, divorce attorney, anyone who may know people who need to buy or sell a property. That's who you want to be talking to, and you really want to just hit your numbers daily. So I get asked all the time. I mean, because I always say actions over results. You need to be taking the actions. The results will take care of themselves if you take the action. So, you really need to be hitting 25 to 30 contacts per day. A contact counts as a person who you're talking to and having a real estate conversation with, hopefully getting more of their contact information, whether it be their email, alternate phone, or what have you, and then entering them into your database and then following up with them consistently. And if you're not setting an appointment with them, like a preview appointment on a FSBO or an expired, then you are putting them into your database and following up with them periodically. So that's the activity that you need to be taking daily. And if you do that daily, you will see your business explode. So I do that, like I'm saying, every morning from 8 to 11. And then typically, after 11, I get into any of the deals that I currently have pending, working on those from probably like 11 to 1. And then I set typically 2 preview appointments per day. And I'm usually out on those between like 2 and 6 p.m. And that's essentially my day. I mean, don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. I find that a lot of people are trying to do way too much in their efforts that is not outbound prospecting and that is not presenting to potential new clients. They get caught up in all of these. There's all of these things online you can get caught up with all kinds of online advertising. I just see so many people get sucked into these wormholes where they're not prospecting consistently every day, and what they find is that they're on the real estate roller coaster. Their income is varying every single month, and they don't have any consistency. Consistency and persistency is what does it in this business. And the most successful agents that I know in this business, people are doing way more volume than I am. They are almost robotic in their pursuit daily of their routine. And I watched a podcast the other day that was actually a couple of really top agents talking about how their schedule every day before 11 a.m. is absolutely set in stone. Nothing about it changes ever. There is no variation prior to that time. So in the morning, they have a routine or ritual that they do, and that is just what they follow every single day. They are up in the morning. They have a morning routine, a ritual they follow. They do some prep for about an hour and a half before they get on the phone. They get on the phone at 8 a.m. and they're done at 11. And then after 11 is when anything else happens. They don't check their email during that time. They don't check, certainly not social media. They don't do anything else other than outbound prospecting. And both of these agents are doing well over 100 deals a year. One of them is doing like 150 plus deals a year as a solo agent. So these are the folks that you obviously want to be listening to. They've been there. These guys have built huge databases and now are in a position where they are getting a lot of come list me calls from sellers. And so just great resources. And I found them on Facebook and been following them for a while. And that is their daily routine, and it's absolutely set in stone. They do not deviate from that. At least 5 days a week, they are doing that routine. And then in the afternoon, midday time or afternoon time, they can go on appointments or do other work. They can do other marketing work as long as they do their daily prospecting activities in the morning time. So just a tip there, it's so easy to get away from. As soon as you have 3 or 4 pending deals as an agent, the first thing that often falls off is your prospecting. So anyway, that's kind of my morning routine. I'll get further into it tomorrow, and we can do some live calls. But I just wanted to talk that over with all of you guys. It's been great the last few weeks. I have had a lot of people reach out to me off of this broadcast, wanting to look at potentially joining my group at Libertas at EXP. So if you're an agent out there looking for probably really the best training, really looking to turbocharge your business, looking to grow your business and hopefully grow residual income, please reach out to me. I'm at 206-419-8303. You can text me, or I am on Instagram at 8000meterrealtor.com, 8000mrealtor.com. So reach out to me. Would love to talk to you about your business and see how I can possibly help you do more business now and in the future and increase your volume and your income. So thanks for watching today. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys.